Coming up tonight on Channel 7 News, we take a close-up look at binge watching and how it compares to traditional TV. Then, watch out because your passwords might not be as safe as you think they are. Also, I sit down with Randi Levy, whose makerspace is bringing the Heritage Elementary Library into the 21st century. Good evening, I'm Randi Levy, and here is what's making news today. It's called binge watching, and it is quickly becoming the preferred viewing format for today's younger viewers. Thanks to media streaming services such as Netflix, Instant Amazon, or Hulu Plus, binge watching is becoming one of the most popular ways to consume TV. Binge watching means to watch multiple episodes of a television series in rapid succession. According to a Netflix survey, 61% of people said that they binge watch regularly, and up to 73% of people admitted to preferring binge watching over traditional ways of watching shows. Many people agree that doing this makes the show appear better, and for them, long, complex storytelling is something that they crave.
My name is Lexa Diaz. On an average day, I probably binge watch for 6-7 hours. I definitely prefer to binge watch over just watching an episode or two on TV. It gives me time to relax and sit down and focus on one thing and not have to worry about what else I have to do that day.
Millennials born between the 1980s and the early 2000s grew up with the rise of the internet, mobile phones, and tablets. Because of this, millennials often want things immediately. That's why 1 in 3 millennials prefer online video to live TV. So whether people use their laptop, smartphone, or tablet, it's easier than ever before to find the show that you want and to watch it right now. You've seen service dogs act as eyes for the blind and ears for the deaf, but did you know that they can do even more? Diabetic assistant dogs are lifesavers. They help their human partners maintain better control over their blood sugar levels, creating a much improved quality of life. Handlers feel safer with a constant companion who also provides continuous glucose monitoring, allowing them to lead more independent lives and maintain tighter blood sugar control.
This is Arwen. She's my service dog. I've had diabetes type 1 for about 15 years now. She can smell when my blood sugar goes low, so she will wake me up in the middle of the night, and she won't let me go to sleep until she's absolutely sure that I'm okay for the night.
It looks like that is the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Coming up, my interview with elementary librarian Randi Levy, and later, it's called phishing, and everyone is at risk. The maker movement has been around for a lot longer than many of us realize. Really, the desire to make things with our hands has existed since the dawn of man. Randi Levy has brought the makerspace world into her elementary school library and is here to tell us more. Thanks for coming in, Terry.
Thanks for having me, Randi.
So what exactly is a makerspace?
Well, the makerspace movement started with craftsmen, like woodworkers, for example, who would build a workshop, and people would come in with their supplies and materials and use the equipment. They would learn from each other and create things together.
So what kind of supplies and activities are in your makerspace?
In our digital makerspace, kids work with iPads and apps and computers. They also create circuits. We have robots that work. We do computer coding.
Do you have any makerspaces that are not technology centered?
We have our unplugged makerspace, sewing, arts and crafts, building with Legos and magnet tiles and creating marble runs together. It's a great way for kids to collaborate.
How do you incorporate makerspace learning into a school environment?
School environments have changed. You're no longer going to see desks in a row and a teacher at the front of the class teaching and the kids expected just to sit and get. You see cooperative learning, lots of technology, and these are the kind of things that we have in the makerspace.
And what do you think the future of makerspaces in libraries will look like?
Even though literature and reading is still very important, step by step, libraries are moving towards this makerspace where it's not sit down and be quiet and read a book. But they're lively places where kids come together to learn and create.
Thank you so much for coming in, Terry.
Thank you.
When we come back, we will talk about the dangers lurking right in your email inbox. Stay tuned. The biggest weakness in your computer's security may be you. Have you ever gotten an email from your bank asking you for your password? Or a call from Microsoft telling you that your computer has a virus? Perhaps you've gotten an email from the IRS telling you that there is a warrant out for your arrest. It's called phishing, and it could happen to you. Phishing is an attempt to gain sensitive information through deceptive means via email or another mode of communication. An attacker will contact their victim, posing as someone the victim might trust, such as a bank or social media website. Once the attacker has the victim's trust, the attacker will try to trick the victim into sharing personal information with them, such as a password or social security number. The message may appear to come from a local source or a business. The most frequently seen examples appear to be notices about email account suspension that requires users to enter their username and password into an online form to maintain access to their account. Phishing attempts often have an urgent tone requiring you to take immediate action. Consequences for falling for a phishing attempt could include identity theft, fraud, misuse of email accounts, and much more.
My name is Sean Bell. I am an IT security analyst. The easiest way to get into a computer is not to try and break in through the back, is to just try and trick the person with the password into giving it up to you.
Successful phishing relies on human error, so always stay vigilant. To learn more about phishing and what you can do to protect yourself, visit the website below. This summer is set to be the hottest on record. We have a reporter at Denton Square with more. This summer is set to be a scorcher, and people are trying to find all different ways to beat the heat. I'm standing in front of Beth Marie's ice cream shop, where you can go head on in and get yourself a double dip ice cream cone. If ice cream's not your thing, you can go to one of the many bars on the square and get yourself a beer. Whether it be beer or ice cream, you're sure to find yourself something cold this summer in Denton Square. I'm Randi Levy, and that's the way the news goes.